Hello everyone, it is Erin Floto here, and I am here with my March bullet journal setup, and I am so excited for this one because I have actually introduced it to you before in one of my unique bullet journal theme videos. I think it was the first one that I did. I can't quite remember. But it is a Lady Luck theme. And I am so excited about this because it combines some of my favorite things about March, kind of the beginning of spring, getting into that St. Patrick's Day feeling, getting like the clovers, more rainbows, and things like that. So I combined a lot of those things to create this Lady Luck theme. So the primary thing is, of course, a ladybug, and then we have the lucky elements of the little rainbows and shamrocks and things like that that I also included in. The bonus of this theme is that it is so easy to do. So this ladybug, of course, is extremely easy to draw. It's very basic. I did not want to make it very complicated. I did want it to be like a very doodly type of theme. So I did a very basic ladybug. And I'm really excited because ladybugs are really special to me because when I first moved, I obviously came from a situation that was sad. But when I first moved, I had ladybugs in my office. So it was really exciting. It was kind of like being welcomed into my new life and telling me that, this was the right thing for me. So, and it very much was. So I'm very excited to include ladybugs into my theme. So I have just a giant ladybug here, and then I did something fun this time, and I actually used my doc grid paper not as a cutout on my main page. Usually I like tear up the doc grid paper and I put it in the corners, more of like a scrapbook effect, but I actually used my Cricut Maker and I created shamrocks, and I just cut out the shamrocks with a couple different colors of the doc grid paper. And I honestly love how this turned out, and it was so easy. All you have to do is cut it on, I think heavy cardstock is the correct one to cut it on for the doc grid paper because it's a higher weighted doc grid. But it was so easy, and I ended up absolutely adoring how this turned out. So I added some big clovers all around. I did some 3-leaf and some 4-leaf clovers, and then I went in with a gold Archer and Olive acrylograph, and I put in some little rainbows here. I'm also so excited for this font. There is just something about like a doodly fun type of font that I just haven't done in a while. Sorry, my cat is sneezing. I just hadn't done anything like this in a while. I'm typically doing scripts just because I'm kind of known for my scripts, and I don't know. I really like mixing it up and doing something a little bit more carefree, a little bit more fun than what I've been typically doing. So I want to definitely include more of that going forward. And it still felt a little blank, so I did go in and add some of the red and green dots just to kind of fill up some of that negative space as well. So that is the gorgeous cover page. I'm so in love with it. I did bring back some of the torn paper. However, I did mess this up. So you can see me trying to kind of figure out what I'm going to do here because I did mess up what I had originally intended to do. And then I want to go layer them, which is fine and dandy, except it's still not long enough. So then I had to add the clover, but then I didn't like how it ended up looking up there because I had the habit tracker up there as well. So yeah, it was just kind of a mess. I wish I had thought about this before, and because I ended up putting it on the second page. But you know what? It's fine. Will I go back and change it? Probably not, mostly because of my lazy factor. But it might be something that I do later on. I doubt it. I'm way too lazy for that. So I actually cut this to the right size this time, which is very nice. So I am using 2 green papers. One is from the Rainbow Archer and Olive Dot Grid paper notebook, whatever that means. And then the other one is from the Tutti Frutti one that they released, I believe, in the summer. And every single time there is color dot grid paper, I snatch it up because it is such an easy, fun way to add something to your bullet journal. And it really is so easy, and it creates a lot of texture to the page. And to be honest, it's such an easy way to add something a little bit extra. It doesn't take any time or thought to do that. So I really, really enjoy that. So if you are ever looking for something that is super easy to add to your bullet journal, that is definitely one that I suggest. And I'm changing things up a little bit this time. So I do have my same activity log that is over on the left-hand page. Basically, it is one big bar graph, and I use my movement goal on my Apple Watch to create those bars. And then I also write down what types of workouts that I did that day. And then to the right of that, I am putting my habit tracker in this time. So again, I am just adding in some of that extra detail. I am tracking a few things this month for my habits. I am pretty much tracking the same thing as usual. My workout that I'm doing, the challenge that I do with my partner, mobility exercises, so that is for my hip and ankle mobility, and then prescription and supplements down at the bottom. I decided to merge together prescription and supplements because I take them at the same time at like 3 something in the morning. So it's really, it's easy to put those together. They don't really need to be a separate thing. And I think soon I'll be able to take that off because it has become such a staple of my morning routine that I don't actually think I need to track it anymore. But I need to take some time to think about the other things that I do want to track. For example, the mobility thing is very new. Hip mobility helps me for my leg exercises, and then ankle mobility, I do plan to start running again once it's a little nicer out. Although it has been pretty nice here, so I probably could start running soon. But the ankle exercises really help my running. And so I added in the header task list up here on the right, and then I added in some little decorations around that. So this is actually new for me. I have not done this in a really, really long time, but I decided to add a quote page to my bullet journal. And the reason why I decided to do this is because I love quote pages. I feel like I kind of want to get back into it because I want to kind of have this idea for a quote for every month. And I did this, I think in January, or maybe, no, December. I did a quote page in December, but it wasn't like, I didn't make it a feature. I just did a very small quote. So I do want to kind of make a feature quote page, especially because I have plenty of pages in my dot grid notebook, because I do only do weeklies, and honestly I have enough room, and I want to include a quote because it's nice to kind of go into a month with a certain mentality. So the quote that I decided to pick for this month is, I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more luck I have. That is not so true on Instagram. I feel like I have been working my butt off and nothing has been happening. But at my job, my everyday career job, my science job, I have been busting my booty and I feel like it's been recognized, but I am also extremely tired, and the amount of work I've been putting in is not sustainable. So anyways, but that is the quote that I decided to pick for this particular month. And then over on the right hand side, I have my goals and my finances. My finance tracker is my business finance tracker. I don't track my everyday finances. So just having a little column is perfectly fine for me. And then goals, I usually pick between 4 to 6 goals, and they're not huge goals. And if I have any suggestions about setting goals, it is set small attainable goals that help you reach a bigger goal. So when I put in my goals, it's usually those smaller attainable goals every single month. So that is my whole setup, and I will let you go on over to Real Life Erin that kind of talk through things in real time if you are interested in my thought process in the moment. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone. So here we are at the end of my setup. I am so stinking thrilled. Like I mentioned in the voiceover, I did come up with this theme in one of my unique bullet journal themes video where it was like Lady Luck. So it was like a mixture of luck, shamrocks, and ladybugs. So I really wanted to go with that theme. I've been kind of waiting for it ever since I did that theme. And I used gold accents with these little mini rainbows. And I used a lot of the green and red for dots to fill in the spaces. Hello, cats. So this is my cover page. I'm thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. If you'll notice that I do have a recurring theme kind of going on with using the dot grid papers. So I'm going to keep doing that throughout 2023. And I'm, again, very thrilled about it. The next one is my activity log and my habit tracker. I didn't really feel the need to put habits because I know what these are. So this is going to be my normal bar graph with the type of workout that I do, and then all of my habits. I have working out, challenge, mobility, and scripts. So I kind of merged together the hip and ankle mobility and the prescription and supplements into one thing. So then I can fill out just 4 of these. And then I have my task list as usual. You'll see that I had all sorts of feelings about this washi situation, the scrapbook paper, and I cut these with my Cricut, but the lime green one, no, the paler green isn't long enough width-wise to be able to do that, so I just put in this like little clover here. I don't know if I really like it. I might switch it out later. I'm not sure. So I have a space for work, home, business, projects, and clean. Business is my longest because home, projects, and clean are kind of all one category, but I do like to separate them. And then work, I have a lot of recurring types of items, and I don't put every task in versus my business list that I typically do put every task in. And then it's been a really long time since I've done a quote page. So I wanted to put in a quote page here. And then I also have a section for goals and finances. I did not include a date night one because I am starting a separate, like pocket size 8/6 for my date night pictures, which I will have on the channel at some point. But that is my entire setup. Nice, short, sweet, to the point. Love this theme. Really excited about it. And I'm ready to be out of February for some reason, mostly because I really like this. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.